Fact and follow-up segment tonight is thousands of illegal immigrants, many of them young children, continue to pour into Texas. The state's taking unilateral action. Joining us from Washington, Governor Rick Perry. So what are you guys going to do down there to stop all this chaos?
Bill, obviously this has been going on for some time. We've been flagging this issue, calling it to the attention of this administration since 2009. 2010, I gave the president a letter on a tarmac. In 2012, we brought to their attention, flagged, put the caution lights on that there were unaccompanied children, alien children coming in, and it's only gotten worse. And now we have an absolute humanitarian catastrophe on our hands, as well as a homeland security issue. And the federal government must step in and do their part to uphold their constitutional duty to secure that border. Until they do that, Texas is now doing even more than we were beforehand. Yesterday, we approved $1.3 million a week for additional border security for operational security reasons. We're not going to go through all the things that we're going to be engaged with, but there will be substantial law enforcement. There will be National Guard involvement. There will be local law enforcement also being bolstered in that region of the Rio Grande. But the issue here we get back to is the federal government owes to the citizens of the state their responsibility to take care of and secure that border, because until we get the border secure, none of this immigration reform talk is going to go anywhere.
And I agree 100% with that. And so you are in Washington now. Have you made your case there today? Is this why you're up there, telling them, look, we need help down there? And what's the response to you?
Well, we were on the phone to the Secretary of Homeland Security, Jay Johnson, and I shared with him very clearly. Hopefully they understand the gravity of what's going on. Supposedly the vice president's going to be down in either Guatemala or one of the Central American countries over the next 24 to 48 hours, which brings up the entire issue of this many people moving from Central America through Mexico to the southern border of the United States. I don't think this just happened by accident. I mean, we've got to be diplomatically engaging our neighbors to the south and making sure that they understand they have a responsibility as well to keep this from happening.
Yeah, I mean, look, they got to cross into Mexico from Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador. So we know that the people smugglers make a lot of money. We know that word on the internet and in the local media down there is if you come to America, you can stay, and that's largely true. But when you, local Texas law enforcement, even the National Guard, apprehend someone coming over, you have to hand them over to ICE. All right, you have that's the law. So you can't push them back across the river or tell them to go back where they came from. You have to treat them humanely, and they know that. They're seeking you out, the aliens and the children. You have to give it to ICE, and then ICE flies them around. Massachusetts, Arizona, wherever it may be, wherever they say they have an uncle or an aunt or whoever. So I don't know if you spending all the money are going to do anything at all to control the situation.
Yeah, well, there's two issues here, Bill. One of them is that when you put a presence, when you put a law enforcement's presence on the border, whether it's National Guard, whether it's law enforcement of some form or fashion, state police, local police, and what have you, it does have an impact on those illegal activities. And that's what Texans want to see, is that the illegal activities are brought to a close as quick as they can. Here's the other issue from my perspective. I'm a governor of a state who has major natural disasters from time to time. Hurricanes come in. Hurricane season is just starting. If we have a major event in Texas today, I do not have a place that it can handle that mass amount of migration away from a storm's path and give safety to my citizens because of all of these facilities that are being used by these individuals that are absolutely overrunning our border. That's the reason, secondary reason, that the federal government has to step into place.
All the border states are strained. I mean, you're draining resources from what you would otherwise put in other places. Are you saying tonight, though, Governor, that President Obama doesn't care about the issue? He just blows you off, ignores you? Have you been telling him for years you need help and he doesn't respond? Is that what you're saying tonight?
Well, if the track record is indicative of that, that's exactly what I would be saying. From 2009 until the current time, the president has not addressed this issue. Now, he has sent some of his underlings to address it from time to time, but the fact is I don't have any confidence that the President of the United States is engaging in a way that he should.
All right. We have called for a boycott of Mexico. We did that last night because we believe the Mexican authorities help the people smugglers by getting these children up there. We think that is an atrocity against the children themselves. And we're not going down to spend any money in Mexico, tourism money. Am I doing the wrong thing, Governor?
Well, Mexico is our #1 trading partner. This needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed as fast as it can. The Mexican authorities have some, I think, answering to do from the standpoint of these children transporting their country.
Absolutely.
They're either complicit or they're not. But the more important issue is we're either going to have a border or we're not. I will suggest to you, Americans want a border. They want it secured, and Texas is going to do its part to secure that border.
All right, Governor. Thanks for coming on today.